All right, I got cut off there, but we're going to go ahead and finish up. So as I was saying, whenever you have a vertical line, that slope is always going to be undefined, okay? So basically, you can still use the slope formula if you want to, okay? I have my 2 points picked out. So this is my x1, y1, x2, y2, okay? So I plug that into my slope formula, and then I can have 4 minus 1, that's going to be 3. And then I have -3 minus -3. So then I'm going to keep change flip there. So I have 0 in my denominator. So anytime you have a 0 in your denominator, that's going to be undefined because you can't have 3 out of nothing. Okay. Now, if you wanted to double check that in Desmos, you could just type in 3 divided by 0 and it will tell you undefined as your answer. Okay. Let's keep going. So it says use the table to find the following, your x and y intercepts. So you know when you have the x intercept, your y is 0. So you're just gonna look at the table and see where y is 0. And that's gonna be at 7. So I'm just gonna write that my y-intercept is 7, 0. Okay. Then it's gonna be the opposite for your y-intercept. I'm looking for my x to be 0 this time. So I'm going to highlight my x's and I'm going to circle where it's 0. That's where it's 0. So my answer is 0, -3. So now it wants an equation in slope-intercept form. Again, your slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, which means I need my slope and my y-intercept. So we just said our y-intercept was -3, so let's go ahead and keep that so we don't have to do that again. And then when we find the slope of a table, we just pick 2 points. So I can pick these 2. Okay, it's up to you which 2 points you want to pick. And I'm just asking, how much did I go from 21 to 28? That's going to be +7. And how much do I get from 6 to 9? That's +3. And your slope is always your rise over run, or in this case, we want to put our change in y over change in x. So my change in y is 3, and my change in x is 7. So my slope is going to be 3 over 7. So now that I have my slope, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write my equation. So I'm just going to plug in everything. Here's my slope. That's going to go here. My y-intercept will go there. Okay. So my equation is going to be y equals 3 over 7 x minus 3. Okay, and that's it. All right, let's move on. So we want to write an equation again in slope-intercept form. Okay, again, we need the slope and the y-intercept, and we have neither here. So we have to use whatever they gave us. They gave us a table. We know to find the slope, we want to pick 2 points. So I'm going to pick 2 points. And let's pick these 2 so we don't have to worry about any negatives, okay? So to go from 3 to 5, that's +2. And to go from 4 to 14, that's +10. Again, I'm going to put y over x. So I have m equals 10 over 2, which is 5. So my slope here is 5. Okay. So now I still don't have my y-intercept. But what I do have is I have my slope and I have 4 points. Okay, so when we're doing point slope form, we only need 1 point. So let's pick, again, I'm going to try to choose a positive point so that way I don't have to worry about any keep change flip or anything like that. So I'm going to use my y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is my point slope formula. Okay, so I'm going to call this point x1, y1, and we know m is our slope. Okay. So our m is going to go here, and our x1 and y1 will go here. So my equation in point slope form will be y minus 4 equals 5 times x minus 3. Okay? So that's our equation in point slope form. We still have to answer the question that's being asked, which is slope intercept form. So I have to solve this out for y to get it to equal y equals mx plus b. So let's distribute our 5. So 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 3, negative 15. I'm going to bring down my left side. And then I'm going to write plus 4. And forgive me for writing so big. You may have to write a little bit smaller than me. I kind of write all over the place, so don't judge me. All right, so I have y equals 5x minus 9. And now my equation is in slope-intercept form. And yeah, we're good to go. All right, so next one is x and y intercepts. So, of course, x and y intercepts is where it crosses the x and y axis. So for my x-intercept, we're going to look at the x-axis. We see that that's crossing at 4, 0. So this is my x-intercept. Okay, my y-intercept, I'm doing the same thing, except I'm looking at my y-axis. It's crossing at negative 3, so that's 0, negative 3. Okay, and those are my answers. All right. Number 11B, it says using the point 3, negative 1, write an equation in point slope form to represent this graph. So let's go ahead and pull out our point slope form if we need it. So that's your y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so they gave us the point that they want us to use. That's 3, negative 1. Okay, so we're going to stick with that one. Keep in mind, you have all these other points you can use. And if you simplify it, it's going to come out that same way. Okay, we just want you to pick a point that works for the equation that you're choosing. Okay, so you have about, 5 points that you can pick there. Okay, so I'm going to stick with what they told me. And we're going to set this to be x1, y1. Okay, so we know that x1 will go here. Y1 will go here. And we still need to find our slope. So we're going to pick 2 points. And for this, you can pick any 2 points. Okay, so I see I'm going down 2. So that's negative 2 and over 1. So again, slope is rise over run, or change in y over change in x. So I have negative 2 over 1, which is just negative 2. Okay, so that's going to be the part for my m. So I'm going to plug that in where m is, which is right here. And then my equation is going to be y minus negative 1, which will go ahead and change to a positive because you got to do your keep change flip. Okay, so let's go ahead and change that out. Okay, then I'm going to have equals negative 2 times x minus 3. Okay, that one was a negative or a positive point, so we can keep the negative or the subtraction sign there. Okay, and let's clean this up a little bit because we don't want those 2 signs there. And that is our answer, point slope form. So make sure that you're reading to know which form that they want it in. Of course, you know, if they ask for slope-intercept form, you will have to keep going and solve for y. And for my pre-AP students, if they ask for standard form, you take it from slope-intercept form and get that ax plus by equals c. All right, last one. They gave you, or let's read it. Write the equation of the line with a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of negative 8. So we want to look at what they gave us. They gave us a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of negative 8. So it looks like, I mean, they didn't say it, but they want us to write it in slope-intercept form because they gave us everything that we need. That's our m, and this is our b. So we're just going to plug it in, and our answer is going to be y equals 3x minus 8. And that's our equation. All right, so good luck on your test, guys, and let me know if you need me. This is Miss Sasu, and I'm in A304. See you guys next time.